a long, long time ago, in the ancient kingdom of Qi, there lived a man named Timo. Timo was friendly and kind, but he had one big problem. He worried way too much. He worried about little things and big things. He worried about ants getting lost. He worried about fish getting bored underwater. He even worried that trees might be sad because they couldn't move. But one morning, Timo thought of the scariest thing he had ever worried about. He was lying on the grass, looking up at the blue sky, when he gasped. "Oh no," he cried. What if the sky falls down?" He sat up straight, heart pounding. "If the sky falls, it will crush me. It will crush the houses. It will crush the whole world like a pancake." Timo ran through the streets of his village, shouting, "The sky is falling. The sky is falling." People stopped what they were doing. Some were sweeping, some were cooking. One lady had a chicken in her hands. They all looked up. The sky looked exactly the same as always, blue, big, and peaceful. "Are you sure?" asked old Mr. Chen, who is super tall and skinny. "Yes," cried Timo. "It's just floating up there. What if it falls one day? What if today is the day?" Little kids giggled. "It's not going to fall," said May, a girl with big head. Timo was not convinced. "We have to do something before it's too late." Timo went home and built a helmet out of a cooking pot. Then he grabbed some bamboo poles and ran around the village, handing them out. "Hold these up," he shouted. "If we all hold up our poles, we can stop the sky from falling." Some people thought it was funny. Some thought it was weird. But everyone knew Timo was a nice guy, so they didn't say anything mean. For one day, the village looked very strange. People were walking around with sticks pointing at the sky. Some even tied poles to their backs. Timo tied two to his shoulders like wings. But the next day, the villagers were tired of holding poles. "This is silly," said Farmer Lee. "The sky has been up there for thousands of years. It's not going to fall today." Timo frowned and said, "You don't know that." "But we do," said May, the girl with a super big head. "It's air and clouds, not a giant rock." Timo was not satisfied. He needed answers. So he packed a bag full of snack-dried mango, peanuts, and tofu cubes, and set off to find the smartest person in the land. He crossed rivers. He climbed hills. He walked through forests. He even asked a turtle if it knew how the sky stayed up. Of course, the turtle blinked slowly and said nothing. Finally, he arrived at a big mountain where a wise old man named Master Cloud lived. Master Cloud had a long white beard, kind eyes, and a cat named Pickles. Timo bowed deeply. "Master Cloud, I'm so glad to find you. I have an urgent question." "What is it, young one?" the wise man asked. Timo looked up nervously. "Will the sky fall down someday?" Master Cloud chuckled. The sky fall. What makes you think that? Well, said Timo, it's just up there. What if it gets tired or slips? Master Cloud smiled. The sky is not a ceiling, my friend. It's made of air, sunlight, and clouds. It doesn't sit on anything. It goes on and on and on. Timo's eyes grew wide. So, it's not going to crash down on my head. No, Master Cloud said. You are more likely to be hit by a falling apple than by the whole sky. Pickles, the cat, meowed in agreement. Timo felt like a balloon had popped in his brain, but in a good way. So all this time, I was worrying about something that can't even happen. Master Cloud nodded. Yes, we all worry sometimes, and that's okay. But if we spend too much time worrying about things that will never happen, we miss out on the fun and beauty of life. Timo looked around. He noticed the sun warming the trees, the wind playing with the leaves, and a butterfly doing flips in the air. He took a deep breath. It felt good. Thank you, Master Cloud, he said. I'm going to stop worrying about the sky falling. That's wonderful, said the old man. But if you ever worry again, come back. I make great tea. When Timo returned to the village, people braced themselves. Here he comes, someone whispered. Does he have a new fear today? Maybe falling clouds. But Timo walked calmly into the village square and smiled. Good news, everyone, he said. The sky is not going to fall. The villagers cheered. I told you, shouted May. I never doubted it, said Farmer Lee, although he definitely had. From that day on, Timo became a little more relaxed. He still worried sometimes, but only about normal things, like whether he left the stove on or if his socks matched. He no longer wore a pot on his head. He even used it to cook soup again. And every now and then, when he looked up at the sky, he smiled instead of shaking in fear. The story of Timo, the warrior, comes from an old Chinese saying, which means, the man from Qi who worried the sky would fall. It's used to describe people who worry too much about things that are very, very unlikely to happen or can't happen at all. It's okay to be careful. It's okay to ask questions. But sometimes, the best thing to do is take a deep breath, enjoy the moment, and not let silly worries block the sunshine. Because the sky, it's doing just fine. The end.